County on the second day of the coastal region, but in the meantime, we go back to Susan NAkhumicha, that is the Cabinet Secretary for Health, as she is being grilled. Let's cross over and listen in live.
Why are you holding on to those people with experience? Why not let them go, knowing that you have fresh graduates who would readily take the space of those with experience who vacate to go to these other countries?
Thank you, Chair. It takes quite a long time to train a specialized health worker. And therefore, as a country, we do not want to spend time training them, then lose them to migration, then we do not have. Because for the new trainees that we have into the market, they will need time, they'll need resources to be trained to get to the level of a specialized health worker. For example, we have specialized nurses for oncology. We do not want, as a country, to lose all the specialized nurses who will train the new trainees that we have, who will work on the patients that we have. So we have to manage, and there has to be a balanced Chair as to who goes and who remains. I actually wish that this country would take the new trainees, because we have so many of them, and that would not be an issue. But in terms of the specialized ones, we are not yet there as a country, and therefore would really want to manage who goes and who does not go, so that we are also not left exposed. You do not want the other thing to hear, Senator Sifuna, that you are going to be managed, your oncology is going to be managed in India, and because we do not have capacity within the country. And when you get there, you find a Kenyan nurse is the one taking care of you. I think it's a balance that we have to do as a country in terms of ensuring that we provide a good even remuneration to be able to retain our own to work within this country. But where we are unable to, then it's okay that we have a balance on who we send out. I submit, Chair.
Yeah. Yes, Madam CS, there is a technical term for holding somebody to perform labor for you when they want to leave. I'm sure you are aware of that term. How different is this policy from slavery? If somebody has found greener pastures somewhere else and you're holding on to them saying, I cannot release you because X and Y, please demonstrate to me the distinction between your policy and slavery.
Thank you, Chair. One, I would like to say that this policy, the migration policy, is a national policy that is being driven by the Ministry of Labor and Social Protection. In terms of health, we have given our recommendations specifically for health workers. And Chair, I would like to submit to this committee that as a ministry, we acknowledge that we cannot absorb all the health workers. What we want is to have proper migration. For example, Chair, we have Cuban doctors working in this country. That was a government-to-government engagement. They have never had issues. So what we are trying to do at the ministry level is that we bring this up to a government-to-government engagement. If nurses are going to go to the UK government has specific openings for them, has specific placements for them, and government, we prepare them accordingly. Because you know, different countries require different nurses with different trainings. So we want an opportunity that we prepare fit for purpose for that country, so that even as they go there, they don't get engaged in other things, or they are not found to be unfit. And it is better when we have a national migration policy rather than one just for the health workers only. So we have given our recommendations. We are not doing slavery. In fact, we are facilitating. It's just that we are talking to the other government. What are your requirements? Then internally, we prepare fit for purpose, so that even as you go, you have to fit into where you're going to practice. So we do not want, we are not engaging in slavery, neither are we going to curtail anybody moving. We are going to be facilitative, Senator.
Final question, Chair, so that I cede time for my colleagues. There was the other limb of whether this development of the policy complied with Article 10 of the Constitution, because, Madam CS, if it were not for newspaper reports, we would never have known about the existence or even the fact that the ministry is developing such a policy. I have seen you list on page 9 all the different stakeholders that you say were involved or are involved in the development of a policy. I've seen you list the University of Nairobi, the Ministry of Labor, KMTC, PSC, an organization called Christian Health Association of Kenya. Somehow I'm missing the Union of Doctors, KMPDU. Can you confirm to me that the KMPDU is part of the development, whether or not they are part of the development of this policy?
We have, Chair, we have different representations, and we have the Kenya Medical Association that takes care of all the doctors. But equally...
No, it doesn't. KMA is not KMPDU. With due respect to Madam CS, I have seen you've put there the Kenya National Union of Nurses. You cannot compare KMA to KMPDU. Their roles are very different. One is a representative body of, and the other is a union.
Yes, but doctors belong to the two. The Kenya Medical Association, that is where all welfare issues to do with doctors are discussed and managed. And we have the KMPDC, the one that is represented here by Dr. Kariuki, the council, and that is the one that regulates their practice. So I want to believe in terms of their welfare, where migration would fall, they are well represented.
Yes, however, the short answer is that the KMPDU is not represented in this particular development of this particular policy.
Chair, I would like to say that they are involved, and the CEO is here. It could just be a typo that they were missed out in typing, but they are part of the stakeholders. There is nothing we do to do with doctors that doesn't involve KMPDC, doesn't involve KHPOA, because those are the unions that, those are the bodies, the institutions that represent health workers.
Is KMPDC the same as KMPDU? Am I missing something? Because I know KMPDU has a Secretary General called Damji.
Oh, sorry, Chair, you're talking about the union.
Yes, I'm talking about the union.
I will have to confirm, but they are big stakeholders in this matter. Yes, I will have to confirm why.
And the Court of Appeal will this afternoon